Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to say that I give you the ideas and the stories because I know lots of you have the right team, the budget, the equipment or just the perfect conditions to make something. But you just don't have an idea or a story. So if one of my ideas inspires you, just feel free to make it. Let me explain a little bit first before I tell you one of my ideas and one of my stories. You know that before the camera, before the equipment and the gear, before everything, before the lighting or editing, you need a story. And finding a very good story or even just a simple idea that feels worth making can be really, really difficult. And it's not just about making film and filmmaking. If you want to create any kind of art, a book, a poem, a piece of music, a painting, a game, you need an idea. Everything starts with an idea. So I have a suggestion for you. If you want to create your own ideas and your own stories, but you have a hard time coming up with a simple story, just get yourself a notebook like this one I have, like this one. And whenever you go outside, just start paying attention to the things around you. All right, and get ideas from people's life and everything you see on the street. Watch a 2 hour movie and get an idea from just one sentence someone says in that movie. It's a very nice practice. Just practice doing this. And I promise you, after a month or two, you will see a huge difference in your ability to come up with ideas. Alright, let's talk about one of the stories I have in my mind and let's see if you like it or not. The story is about a man who wakes up in the middle of the night and decides to sell all his books and buy a gun. A man who owns a collection of incredibly valuable books and he's a very educated person, a big reader, and he's deeply interested in art. Most of his books are about art and history of art. He's spent years buying these books, reading them, and collecting them because he wanted to expand his knowledge and understanding of art and history of art. He's someone who strongly believes that problems should be solved through communication, reason, and peaceful discussion. He genuinely believes that if people just sit down, talk, and try to understand each other, almost any problem can be solved. But something happens to him, something that he's tried to deal with by talking, reasoning, and staying calm and rational, all right, but it doesn't work. And eventually, he reaches a point where he decides to sell all those books he spent years collecting and use the money to buy a gun because he feels like talking and reasoning are no longer going to solve his problem. What I really like about this idea is the contradiction and the character arc at its core. This is a man who has spent his entire life believing in knowledge, art, reason, and peaceful solutions. But by the end, he turns to the one thing he never believed in, which is violence. He even has to give up the books that represent everything he believed. He literally has to sell the books that shaped his mind to buy something he never liked, just to solve one problem. And I think that this transformation could make the story really deep, emotional, and thought provoking. So there's a lot you can do with this idea. You can take it and develop it in your own way, or if you are interested in making it and you don't have the time, you can ask me to develop the story further for you, and you just need to make it. Little by little, I want my channel to become an idea factory, a place where you can come and find new ideas and stories to create. And yes, I hope it can help you.